What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode here at the Homestead. This week we're going to be doing something a little bit different, but kind of the same. We're going to throw back to another 5-Minute Friday, and we're going to install this pre-hung door in our workout/gear storage room, and we're going to bring you guys along for a ride. Now, lucky for me, when we poured this concrete pad for the garage, everything is pretty level, so I don't need to worry about shimming underneath this door to level anything out. Now, before we get going with an install, there is a couple things I want to chat about. First, let's start with shimming. If you're going to be installing a door such as this to the entrance to your home, you want to make sure that the door itself is going to clear any flooring or rugs on the inside. This may mean adding a shim underneath the entire sill plate in order to raise that door up. Secondly, if you're going to be installing this door as an exterior access to either a garage or a house, such as I did over there, you're going to want to put down some PL or caulking underneath this sill plate. That'll help prevent any moisture or air from entering your home or garage space. Now, I'm going to be skipping those particular steps in this install, and that's because, like I said with these walls, if I ever decide to move anything, I don't want to have all that caulking or PL stuck to the concrete that I then need to deal with. So, we're going to be placing it right on the slab, but consider those two things if you're installing it somewhere else. Because I often work alone, I like to nail a scrap piece of wood to the door jamb. This not only stops the door from falling into the room when you first place it, it also helps flush up the door jamb with the surrounding wall. I always begin on the hinge side of the door. This allows me to create a reference point for squaring up and plumbing the rest of the door. Ensure your door is centered in your opening. From there, insert a couple of shims in between the door frame and the surrounding framing until they are just snug. Pre-drill your hole and sink a screw through the door jamb into the framing. The next step is to plumb our door in the other direction, on the inside of the door jamb. I will repeat a similar process by adding shims at the bottom of the door jamb until we are perfectly plumb from top to bottom. It is also a good habit to make sure you are staying plumb from front to back as you are going through this process. Once I'm happy where the door is sitting and I know it's plumb, I'm going to insert another screw through the door jamb into the surrounding framing. You will notice when you receive your door that every hinge is missing a screw. Each hinge should be shimmed and screwed in with a longer screw directly through the frame of the door and into your building framing to secure this side of the door. With the hinge side done, it's time to repeat that process on the other side of our door jamb. The first thing I double check is to make sure I'm still nice and plumb in and out from the wall. Now, if your door was manufactured well, this should be relatively straightforward. From there, we can move on and make sure we square the inside of our door jamb so we have a nice even reveal around the door. A quick tip for finishing, I like to countersink my screws just enough to allow the holes to be easily filled and painted over. At this point we can remove the tails of the wooden shims sticking out from the door jamb. This way I can stop smacking them every time I walk by. Most of them will come out easy enough with a simple utility blade. For the thicker shims, I'll use an oscillating multi-tool to trim them down. I'm going to finish this door install by adding spray foam around the entire outside of the door jamb in that gap to our framing. Now make sure you use window and door specific stuff. This has a low expansion rate, only meant to fill a small gap. That way you don't cause any bowing or heaving to your door jamb itself, throwing your entire door out of alignment. Well, there it is. What a simple install it really is. It's something that seems a lot more complicated in reality than it really is. And it's something we're almost all going to encounter at some point in our lives. So, next time you find yourself having to hang a pre-hung door, grab those tools, grab a buddy, whatever it takes, and tackle this project for yourself. Worst case scenario, you end up having to hire someone in the end. Best case scenario, you have a brand new door and you can say you hung it yourself. Thanks a ton for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. But before you go, make sure to smash that subscribe button or whatever we're doing here in this crazy year 2020's being. Click that little bell icon so you get notifications every time we release a new video, and we'll see you in the next one. I know it needs a door handle and lock, but mine haven't arrived yet, so when you install yours, make sure to add them or, wait to install it until you have them. This isn't locking anything right now, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, we'll see you in the next one.